Now, the prices of Bitcoin might be down, but there is one sector, well, maybe two. I got one, Rob's got one, that we believe is going to be the next big leg up in the altcoin space. Could it defy Bitcoin's price action and go the opposite of what the rest of the markets are doing? I'm going to talk about that. We're also going to share some important stats on some blockchains. Which ones are leading in GitHub repos and developer activities? What are we most excited about? Also, we have a very, very special announcement today. You don't want to miss it. Let's get started.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment-focused content where we take that old, boring, and stale crypto information, repackage that whole turkey up in a fun, sexy way. You know what? Today's a big day. We have started off with a 5 super chat goal. It's actually happening, guys. It's actually happening. We have the club ready to open up. So we will open the club when we get our $20 super chat goal. And really excited for that. We're ready to see David's dance moves. He's super excited to show those off as well. It's been a while.
I got a text this morning from Rob, said, wear your loudest shirt. And
you know,
that orange creamsicle.
I got what do you guys think? Who did it better? Me or David? God.
Did it better in terms of what?
The shirt, man.
I have to go with David.
Thank you, Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of your granny's curtain shirt.
Granny's curtains. You are mistaken. This is actually Dippin' Dots.
Like
this is Dippin' Dots, okay?
That is Granny's curtains.
You know, the curtains she took down and
Granny
was
ain't
like,
got,
you know what?
Granny ain't got these on her though, you know?
It's like the house don't look the same anymore. I miss my curtains. Bring them back. And yeah. Also, we had a very special guest in studio. One of my favorite people in the entire space. Billy is in studio with his team. We're excited to have him in. We're going to go grab some love. Billy, what's up, man?
Good, man. Doing good. I can't believe I'm here when we're opening the club up.
You know, Billy,
well, nothing's guaranteed. We got to get $20 super chats. So.
Oh, that's going to happen.
You know,
Billy, to be honest with you, and Jimmy, I'm sorry, close your ears, but we knew you were coming. Wanted to celebrate by having you here and opening the club. So
awesome,
we appreciate
man.
It, man.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
We got a lot to talk about today. Let's jump in. So yesterday, let's take a look. We also have some info on this Bybit hack, and could there still be some potential effects in the markets and reverberations? Is we're going to see a little more downside? Is that thing finished? So we're going to have a breakdown of that in a little bit, but I do want to share this. After a historic day 2 days ago, where we saw over $1 billion flow out of the ETF, we saw yet again $750 million flowing out of the ETF, this time with BlackRock seeing more than 70% of that, $418 million flowed out of the Bitcoin ETF. You take a look at where Bitcoin's price is currently, $84,300. I did share on the show yesterday, actually on my PM show, excuse me, I put in a trade live on the show. 85,828 or 85,825, limit order on a short, that filled. It's currently in profit. And yeah, I mean, what I talked about all week, what I've been talking about on the PM show is now is the time to short into resistance, right? Typically in bull markets, you want to long into support. Now I believe is the time to short into resistance. That is exactly what we did, not only on BTC, but on Avalanche as well. But Robin, this is pretty heavy bleeding here. It's that time of the month for Bitcoin. What do you foresee this trend continuing?
I don't know. I share a different input. I know you're saying you want to short. I'm not sold on it, man. It was only 3 days ago we were above 90K, and I know the data and analytics say otherwise. I know the trend currently is to the downside. However, we have seen, an attempt at a reversal. This morning we were up to 86,000. So I think the market does want to reverse. I think that we are going to get closer to 90K by the end of the week. I know that it's not really the short-term trend, but just a lot of bullish news going on, and I think that we're overestimating what the downside narrative is. What is it? Just tariffs? That's it, right? I mean, what else is pushing down the market?
But here's the thing: it doesn't matter if it's a narrative that should push the price down. It is. Wall Street's going risk off, and Wall Street has spoken with their money, and they've withdrawn.
Wall Street hasn't even dropped off that much. I mean, honestly, like compared to Bitcoin, Wall Street has really not sold off dramatically. It's not like the stock market has been crashing. Now, Bitcoin's price is significantly down, but you look at the NASDAQ, it's down 0.9%, right? On the 24 hours. You look at the 7 day, let's say, look at the month. Now, it is down, but not to the level that Bitcoin is. Right?
NASDAQ is down 5.5%, the triple Q, since Thursday the 20th. So
that's what I mean. I don't think but look how many times it was down in that range already. Or like look at how many times it had already sold off. Like look what candles are those? Are those 1 days?
daily, yeah.
Yeah, look, a few months ago, or was that about a month ago, it had pulled back 5%, give or take, or at least have been in that same area. And so it's not like the NASDAQ is crashing, right? Yes, there's a pullback, and yes, there's a pullback in crypto, but I don't think that the U.S. markets are freaking out because of the tariffs. I think we got a pullback because of the news, but I don't know, man. I do think a reversal's coming. So
I don't know. I think we see a little more downside before we see a reversal. That's why I got my shorts in play. But at the end of the day, you look at the numbers, you look at the metrics, you look at what is actually happening, and Wall Street is going risk off. They're going risk off in the stock market, although a 2-3% move is not really big in the crypto world, but in the stock world, it's a pretty decent sized move. And so not by any means a bear market in the stock market. Here's the good news, though. The good news is you got a president in office that really likes to pay attention. He probably gets daily reports from his economic people on where the market is. And, well, the market's down 5%, Mr. President. Turn the money printer on. We have this as well. Look at this. This is kind of insane, okay? Look at where the fear and greed index is. 10. It's at 10. Extreme fear. A month ago, it was at 72.
Which has historically been a great time to buy. We know that it doesn't, especially in a bull market, it's not going to hang out there for very often. What would you say?
It just doesn't happen.
What would you say if the fear and greed index got to extreme greed in a bear market? You would be like, you know what?
That'd be weird, bro. That's what I'm saying.
No, but if you saw that as an investor, let's just say you're holding on to, I'm not talking about retirement positions. Let's just say you're holding on to some ETH and you don't want to hold a long term like me. And you're in the middle of a bear market and you get to extreme greed. I'm selling because I know it's going to pull back, because in a bear market, we know that if we bounce back and we're all of a sudden up into extreme greed, we know that's going to pull back, because the overall trend is that you're in a bear market. Same thing here on the other side, man, right? We're in a bull market and we're in extreme fear. That ain't going to last long. We're going to flip that here in no time. So I did want to give a shout out to Billy, who's also in the studio. He gave a $20 super chat. He said, it's time, Jimmy. That's what he said. There you go. You can also say that in the microphone as well.
It is time, Jimmy. It is time. Let's get it. Come on, Jimmy. It's time.
Come on, Jimmy. He's too busy.
For those of you watching
Jimmy is
new,
angry right now.
He's angry?
Mm-hmm.
we do have a super chat goal. 5 super chats at $20 or more. We will open up the club.
Why is Jimmy mad?
We don't like him.
Jimmy, we love you, man. What do you mean, dude? Jimmy, you're like my favorite person. One of my favorite people, man. It's just, come on, Jimmy.
Everybody loves Jimmy.
Everyone loves Jimmy. Come on, man. That's what it is.
Jimmy.
All right. Let's take a peek at, okay, so your thing is you want to buy the fear and sell the greed. Typically what you do, it's just very odd that we're in a bull market.
You buy when people are fearful, and you sell when people are greedy. It's
Correct.
very simple.
Correct.
It's not anything new here.
This thing's going to go down to 8, 7 or 8. I don't know. Either way, it's just the sentiment of the market in its entirety. People are scared. They're worried. My portfolio's going down. But, you know, it's just the name of the game, baby. That's what we do here. We have $10,000 swings one way or the other. Rate cut expectations. So a potential catalyst here. Now, this is something that a lot of people, you know, the Fed minutes comes out every other month or after the meeting, couple weeks, we see the FOMC minutes. And that is where you can dissect and really see what were they talking about? What's the direction? What do they want to do? Who was in favor? Who was not in favor of a rate cut? And so, but according to this article here, rate cut expectations for 2025 have spiked to its highest level this year. We take a look at where the CME is projecting rate cuts right now. It is still for the March meeting, March 19th, next month, 97% believe that we are going to get a hold, so a nothing burger. Right? They're not going to cut rates. They're not going to raise rates. Jobs numbers have come out. The unemployment or the jobs, I forget what the term is. The people who filed for unemployment, that went up. Forecasted was 220,000. It went up to 240,000. Sure, some of it has to do with the public sector getting a lot of the layoffs via Doge and Elon Musk. And so remember, that is one thing the Fed looks at is unemployment numbers. So if unemployment starts ticking up, it gives them a better kind of out to come in and say, look, we're going to cut rates, another quarter basis points, another 50 basis points, whatever it is. We got to get to a point where it's more beneficial for the people that have hundreds of billions of dollars to not stick it into just essentially cash, right? Your money market funds, your bonds, because they're not earning that 4 or 5% anymore, and move it into more risk on assets because they're going to get more money, right? The opportunity cost of leaving your money in something like a bond versus in the stock market. And so once we start seeing that, you'll start seeing money flow back in. And by that time, it won't be just a Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. We're probably going to have an XRP ETF. We're probably going to have a Hedera ETF. We're probably going to have a Litecoin ETF and a few other ones, Solana, maybe a Cardano one. We know they filed for a Cardano one. So I think a lot of catalysts are kind of brewing. They're brewing. And in some cases, you just need one of them to really kick off the next leg of the market. What are your thoughts there, RPK?
I don't know, man. I would expect a rate cut. But I mean, the CME hasn't been wrong. But I don't know, man. I thought the way that Jerome Powell was, you know, opening up the conversation for rate cuts and, you know, where the CPI was, I don't know. I just kind of had the vibe that more rate cuts were coming down the pipeline. That was what I took away. And then CME just hasn't agreed. Also, you got Trump putting in pressure for Jerome Powell as far as, you know,
do something.
Yeah. And so I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised to see it quickly change. That has happened before as well. We've been months out on a Fed rate change where the CME says it's going to be, you know, something in particular like, hey, it's going to be no rate cut. It's going to be a pause. And we've been months out. And then all of a sudden, as you get closer to the date, some news comes out, and then that becomes more and more, you know, something different. And so I think that.
So looking at what we looked at, I'm not going to pull it up again, but looking at that, I agree with you. CME is usually never wrong. So March, we're not going to get a rate cut, but you still have April, June, July, September, October, December. You think we'll get a rate cut at one of those?
What date is it in March? Is it
March 19th?
I don't know. We might get a rate cut. What I'm saying is that it's possible that
CME's wrong?
The CME, no, not that it's wrong, that the CME will change its data, right? Something will happen. Maybe it's
I believe
Trump,
we're going to get another CPI print too.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I think if you give somebody a microphone that has a connection to the Fed and they're like, hey, CPI data is really good, you know, we're might take away from it as more likelihood of cutting rates. I don't know. You could see that number drop. But yeah,
you think a rate cut, once it's announced, is enough of a catalyst to reverse sentiment of the markets of people wanting to go more risk?
I mean, that's what kicked off the bear market.
What's QT?
was literally what kicked off the bear market was Jerome Powell and the rate hikes.
So quantitative tightening.
Yeah. Well, just the rate. You know what I mean? Like just not even quantitative, but just setting the interest rate from when we went from 0 to 0.5%, we immediately ended the bull market. Also, you had FTX in there at the same time, so there's multiple factors, but that kicked it off.
So let's play a game. Let's say next. No. Let's say next meeting they come in and they cut rates 25 basis points. What do you foresee in
if it's
the price of
unexpected?
Bitcoin?
If it's unexpected, it's not baked into the market, so the markets are rally.
You think Bitcoin rallies 7-8%?
Yeah.
Okay. Where would you want to be positioned?
If you get an announcement, like if the CME all of a sudden flips, and then you see on X for Jerome Powell expected to make cuts, if that's what we get, then Bitcoin rallies.
Now Bitcoin's sitting at 85K. Do you think it gets past 90?
It ain't gonna be at 85K in 3 weeks, anyways. It's gonna be over 90 in 3 weeks.
You said it's going to be over 90 by Friday.
That's what I mean.
Tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. I want to give a big thank you to Hotcoin. They are today. They're sponsoring the show with over 470 trading pairs. They're a registered company in Australia. They've been around for a very long time. Sign up for an account. Their interface is amazing. They got a great team. We've spoken to them multiple times, and you could use a link in the description of the video. Create an account, and we're looking forward to doing more exciting things with Hotcoin. So big shout out to them for bringing you today's show. With that being said, Rob, let's look into the markets, and I have a very important Ethereum update to share with you.
Oh, yeah? What's that? You bought Ethereum?
No.
I was going to say, price ain't low enough for me to buy yet.
Oh, okay.
There you go. 84,000 on the dot with money.
We printed money, baby.
Triple zeros, 84,000. All right, so taking a look on altcoins, WorldCoin is up 10%, Stacks up almost 10%, Jupiter up 9%. So we're starting to see that there is a lot of projects that are bouncing back, right? And so when Bitcoin sold off, everything was in the red. Nothing was really bouncing back. It is important to point out, though, outside of MakerDAO here, not much is up on the week, but a nice little bounce back for the altcoins. So it's not just a steady bleed on altcoins, but looking what's down today, we did get a pullback in Story. It's still up over 50% on the week, but down 12%. So a little natural pullback there. Virtual's Protocol back to that dollar area. This is something that, we've been bullish on. It has not lost the dollar support yet. And so I'm curious to see if this is the bottom, is $1, the bottom for, Virtual's Protocol. It basically shot up over $1 and hasn't looked back since. And so I don't know, man. I think if this is more or less the bottom for Bitcoin, I think this is the bottom for Virtual's Protocol. And I think we look back at, hey, we could have picked up Virtuals at $1. And, it wasn't that long ago. You take a look. We were at $4.60. That was back in January.
I got up to over $5.
Yeah. So right around $5. That was in January. So just a little over a month, almost 2 months ago. So it wasn't that long ago. And you know what? There's a lot of value in AI agents. This is one of the projects that we personally believe in as well. So take that what you will. Now, Caspa also, I know this is something I've been eyeballing. You know what? For me, Caspa had traded sideways for quite some time. And so I wasn't really accumulating more Caspa. I got in a position on Caspa prior to its big breakout. And so I'm still in the green on my portfolio. However, now I think it's about time for me to start putting in buys again on Caspa. I think under 9 cents is such a good value. And you know what? I haven't started purchasing yet. I guess you could say I was kind of seeing how low this would go before I start making routine buys again.
I mean, this is
at 7 cents, you can't deny. Like if this thing is down to 7 cents, it's hard to fade Caspa, right? I mean, as far as the value, I mean, there's little doubt this is going to have a bounce back, this bull market. How big of a bounce back? I don't know. You know what? I think a lot of us are waiting to see exchange listings. We're waiting to see how smart contracts roll out, see how quick dApps get going. But it has a pretty strong community. So I'm assuming once the smart contracts are live, dApps pop up, probably have a high amount of transactions, and we know it can handle the throughput. I'm just very curious to see how high it goes. But with that said, I would not be surprised to see Caspa around 30 cents here later this year when Bitcoin kind of takes off again. And so at 7 cents, I think it's an absolute steal.
You know, one thing you had on Caspa is a bearish divergence, right? And so there was for Caspa, there was two levels we had our eye on, the zones. The first one was between 9.5 to around 11 cents. Okay, that's kind of given. We attempted to reclaim. This is weekly candles, by the way. We attempted to reclaim this region, got stopped out at the top end of our rectangular box. And so the next discount level we're looking at is between 4.1 and 5.6 cents. But we got a bearish divergence on the weekly for Caspa. What does that mean? Price was making higher highs, but the RSI was making lower highs. So that is a bearish divergence, and we ended up spilling off. And so price action structure-wise, the Caspa chart is bearish, but Caspa, I would put it in the category of projects that you should really consider if you are going to get exposure to, really consider the set it and forget it strategy where you buy it, stick it into a hardware wallet like a Tangem, and then just forget about it for a cycle or two, and you'll make a lot of money. So, yeah. Where do you think you're going to get better returns in the next 6 months, Caspa or Cardano?
I mean, that's just the risk versus reward. I think there's less risk because, I mean, the reality of it is, we're bullish on Caspa. I'm bullish long term. So I got no problem buying Caspa and holding it. So for a short-term window, I think Cardano is more well-suited for a pump this calendar year. So by the end of the year, I think Cardano is probably more has more safety to pump. Now, I think you can get more returns out of Caspa. If Caspa takes off like it did a little over a year ago, then at that point, your returns are going to 5, 6x, right? More than that, probably 5, 6, 10x on Caspa. And so more upside, but I think it's all contingent on how does the rollout go? Because here's the thing, I'll tell you this. Caspa versus Cardano, if we get 0 big exchange listings, no Coinbase, no Binance, throw some other exchanges in there. If nothing gets listed, smart contracts go live, and the dApps take a while to build. This is all a reality. I'm about as bullish as Caspa person as you can get, but you got to be realistic and look at downside events, right? What could be the worst case scenarios? And if that happens, Cardano is going to easily outperform it. However, I don't believe that. I think that in likelihood, we are going to get big exchange listings. In likelihood, the smart contracts are going to go live and probably do well. And the community is strong, and I think they're gonna play in the ecosystem and the environment. And so I like the upside. I like taking a risk, but I won't go all in on either side. So I got a position on Caspa, I got a position on Cardano, and I'm fine with both.
You guys got to remember too, Caspa had a 20x run, right?
Yeah,
it ran up 20x. Cardano's had a 4x from 35 cents to $1.30. So I don't know. Yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I'd probably go Cardano for the short term. But those two projects, I don't mind buying and kind of sticking into my long-term portfolio. Anyways, what else do we got in the market, Robin?
That's it for market as far as things I wanted to cover. So
that's it. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. That's short.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to take over, and we're going to keep looking at the markets because we're going to look at what are some sectors, right? So one sector I shared on the show yesterday. One sector I believe that's going to see a big run up is stable coins, right? And you have these projects, whether they're DAOs, whether they're the infrastructure to issue stable coins. I gave 6 of them yesterday. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but I'm just going to share a couple because I know a lot of people watching today don't make it to the night stream. So there's two out of the 6 that I'm going to share. One is Curve DAO. Okay, we showed the chart yesterday. It was an ugly chart, but this is in a sector that we believe, that I personally believe, is going to be massive. And so you're looking at 45.9 cents. It's at a $600 million market cap. The other one is asymmetry finance. This one, what caught my attention is that it is backed by TradFi giant Fidelity, also backed by Republic Capital, Frax, and Side Door Ventures, and a few other ones as well. Some of them are crypto native, some of them are not crypto native. But again, the home of customized stablecoins. And this is all off the backs of Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan. I think that's how you say his last name. You know, he talked about Bank of America having a stablecoin. And so that's heating up. I believe the first piece of legislation we're going to get in Congress is going to be in regard to stable coins. And so you want to have your eye, you want to try to front run and have your eye. And this thing might take another 2 months to play out, might take another 3, 6, 8 months to play out. But once we get more clarity and you start seeing these companies and banks start launching their own stable coins, we know PayPal came out yesterday and said they are launching their PYUSD on Solana, and they're looking to integrate it into more of their products on PayPal. And so this is going to be a narrative that's not going away. The companies that issue stable coins are going to be and are making a lot of money. And so to me, keep your eye on the stable coin space. And the 2 that I shared now, and if you want the other 4, go back and watch the live show from last night. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if you have any comment there or.
No, we talked about it yesterday. Obviously, banks are going to get into crypto, and I think the way they break that barrier to entry is stable coins. I think it makes the most sense. And from there, it'll probably expand into custodial services for Bitcoin and other altcoins afterwards, which is very interesting, you know, when you talk about custodial services, you know, which I'll get into in a second. Ashley, we got any new people here? Or what's going on? And I see you super chatted $20 there. You said, since I got to do everything myself around here. So we got the 2 people in studio super chatting here. You can just slide $20 across the desk here, you know.
Oh, we got a contingency plan.
Gotcha.
Doesn't count towards the goal, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah. For those
I'm
of you
expecting that money back, by the way. So
No refund, sorry. All sales are fine.
damn it.
So we got any new people? If you're new, say hello. Ashley will give you a shout out.
We got Jim Bean and the Fed, Wix, Brandon Z King, Zarth, Darth, Mike, Vincent, Andrew, Roger, Jose, Terry, Todd, Everyday Jay, and Nando. Yeehaw.
Everyday Jay.
Everyday Jay.
Jay. Every
Jay
day.
every day.
We say and we pray. Anyways, what
Yeehaw.
were we going to say? Oh, yeah, I was going to ask, you know. Chase, was that you? I swear to God, if that was you. Okay, good.
You're
I knew
fired.
It was definitely Rocco, yeah. Okay, Rocco, put your shades back on, dude. Anyways, you know, we talked about this Bybit hack, and I'm not going to go through what I talked about, potential manipulation.
It's really interesting, man. You know, more information's come out. We had the FBI has came out and put out a press release saying that Lazarus Group, which is who we were suspecting did the hack, but Lazarus Group, which is out of North Korea.
I heard North Korea now is doing a Ethereum strategic reserve for their country.
Yeah,
Have you heard the rumors?
No.
Okay.
But
Joke.
yeah. Very funny.
It was funny.
so-
It was a joke, funny joke from Dave. Finally.
Rocco, no
Thank
one
you.
asked for your opinion, all right?
Thank you.
All right. Oh, we got another $20 super
There we
chat from Nathan.
Oh, Epstein's list came out today.
Did it?
Yeah, I'm going to go read it after the show.
Oh, man, that's gonna be good.
We're going to go to lunch after. Maybe
I don't think Nathan knows what's up with the club, right?
Nathan has no idea.
Yeah, and then
He
Broke
knows
the
we
Yoshi.
take shots upon request.
Yeah, so
fun.
we do have a fun intermission that we do. Intermission that we have here. We're in Vegas, so we like to party. A little club thing going on. All right, so with North Korea, they're basically behind the hack. But interesting enough, so you know that Bybit, that wallet that got hacked, initially they came out and said it was a cold storage wallet, right?
Yes.
Was not even a cold storage.
Well,
Did you know that? They were using a hot wallet and calling it their cold storage.
So they lied.
There was no air gap, so basically there was they were using the Gnosis wallet. And so the Gnosis wallet is it's an institutional grade wallet. It's a 3-factor authentication or multi-sig wallet. So you need 3 different people. And so, but the interesting part, though, I don't know who you would like to assign more blame to, but the Gnosis wallet, they had gotten a hold of the code for the wallet, and they changed the code. And so they got in on the wallet, changed the code, put and embedded basically a hack into the wallet, and then from there, once they transferred Ethereum from one wallet to another, so Bybit routinely moves funds around. They move their ETH funds, and so they had moved their funds, and that's when they rediverted it and went right to North Korea. And they took it, right, and so a lot of security failures there, but I don't know. All right, so we have reached the goal of 5 $20 super chats. And so there's something that Vegas does well. It's been a while since I made this. There's a couple things that Vegas does well. It's one, well, we have a badass cryptocurrency live show, but also we are the capital of entertainment, and we have the biggest and best nightclubs out there. And so, without
We gotta
further,
wait for Ashley to change into her dancing gear.
My dancing gear?
Are you gonna wear like a headband and then like? Let me see your dance moves. I've seen it before. It's like you drop an elbow or something, right?
No.
She's shy.
Well, I just want to see David stand up.
David,
Not do
stand
the old sit down move. This is the new club.
But the thing is
It's a new club.
Come on, man.
It's a new club. Renovations took a while, but
all right. Without further ado, Rocco, let's open up the club.
Oh.
Look like David's family reunion there.
yeah.
That's it right there, baby. That was a club.
Oh, bye-bye to 20 viewers.
Down to 20 viewers now.
It's okay. It was worth it. That's why there's a financial goal.
I like that baby picture of Jimmy you guys had there.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Interesting choice of
Characters.
projects
Projects.
put on certain people. Very interesting.
Mhm.
All right. I kind of shared my. You know what? Let's talk ETH, and then I'm going to come to you and ask you what sector you're bullish on. Now, you're probably going to say gaming, but I don't know. Maybe you say something else. But let's talk about ETH a little bit. Rob's favorite. Ethereum's Pectra upgrade still on schedule after a failure of the testnet. Little context here. Ethereum's core developers decided on Thursday to proceed on schedule with the network's highly anticipated Pectra upgrade, even after a testnet deployed to serve as a practice run failed to finalize earlier this week. Okay. Jimmy, we can't do it again. Jimmy, it's
3 minutes long.
Maybe at the end.
Yeah, maybe.
At the end. It's $100 super chat. The red one,
But, Jimmy has the credits,
He has the
It's
credits,
been waited
yeah.
for so long.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, Jimmy, you know what?
Then,
At the end, we'll reopen the club, Jimmy, okay? Because our metrics right now, YouTube is, they don't like
it's
us.
flipping off.
But we like your money, so thank you. In a somewhat rare occurrence for Ethereum, the testnet failed to finalize. Days later, the mock upgrade still hasn't been successfully implemented. You know what this tells me? Because this never happens, right? This never happens with ETH. This never happens with Cardano, okay? There's a method to the madness. They take their time, but everything is spick and span, okay? What this tells me, at least, is that they are feeling pressure from their competition. They're feeling pressure from their largest holders to do something to be able to be on par from an L1 level with projects like Sui and Solana. I don't know. What do you take out of this?
There's also been a lot of fire going on behind the scenes at
Ethereum
ETH
Foundation,
Foundation.
yeah.
There's a lot of shuffling around about who is at the top of the leaderboard there as far as in control. It's not like a traditional company where they have a CEO and a board of, but there's been a lot of change in leadership there, and maybe this has got something to do with it. And at the end of the day, hey, like I've said, stay still and don't do nothing and watch other projects build. You're gonna get left behind. And so, when you look at ETH versus Bitcoin over the last 12 months, at no point has it outperformed Bitcoin.
You can actually go back to 2021.
Well, there was
spikes, but the overall trend is down.
Yeah, there was times, and you can look when the ETH ETF was about to go live, it outperformed Bitcoin briefly. But outside of that, it's pretty much just been just bleeding against Bitcoin. And so if you can't outperform Bitcoin, what's the purpose in taking risk on ETH? I do think that the value is increasing though, just because I do think that there will be a breakout. I've been eyeballing $1,800 Ethereum, even though I don't really believe in ETH at the current. I don't expect ETH to be as dominant in the market as they were before. And with that said, I think they're going to keep losing value. They're number 2 on the market cap list, and I think they're going to drop down to number 3 and 4. I think XRP will flip Ethereum. Call me crazy, but
that's not too far off either.
Yeah, it's really that gap's closing in too.
What was also interesting was over the last 2 years, Vitalik has put an emphasis on layer 2s. He said he would rather see all transactions done on layer 2s and settled to the layer 1. Now it seems like he's changed his stance. He's come out and said, don't forget about the layer 1. We'd like to see more stuff done on the layer 1. And with this new Pectra upgrade, they're doubling the blob size, meaning that the transaction fee spikes during times of congestion are going to go down. So they're feeling some heat, man. They're feeling some heat. It went from, do everything on the L2s, and then Uniswap went and said, you know what, we're doing a unichain. Optimism has a super chain. You got Polygon that's got their own L1 and their own ZK roll up now. And so they're kind of, even the L2s are like, yeah, we're going to just go with our own thing and use our own token. And so ETH is feeling heat. Is that a good thing? And that is what I've always said. Competition is something you absolutely need to have, especially in a burgeoning space. because the bears that are hibernating, the ones that haven't come out to eat and hunt, they're feeling the heat under their ass. You know, they got to either get going or get left behind. And I think that's kind of where ETH is at now. But still, I still think you can't fade ETH. There's just too many institutions that are using it, that are building on it. You have the ETF, and plus the North Korean, the wealth fund there with ETH. That's going to be pretty huge. So I talked about my sector I was bullish about, which was stable coins. I gave a couple projects. What about you there, Rob? Wait, before you do, real quick, sorry, because I'm going to forget. I do want to give a big thank you. We also had a $20 super chat from Broke Yoshi, $20 super chat from Not So Poman, and then Triple D said, love you guys, $20. We love you too, Triple D. And of course, Jimmy for the $100. Thank you. Go ahead, Rob.
The question was which
so
sector or projects?
So for sector, and then if you want to label a couple projects in that sector. You know, for me, it was stable coins, and I kind of laid out why. Shared a couple of projects. What about you, man? And I know you're pretty bullish on gaming. I know you're pretty bullish on RWA. Do you think AI is going to make, what do you think?
You know, it's not even so much that I'm bullish on gaming. I have been a gamer at heart, but the thing is that the market runs in cycles, right? And or certain parallels pump, right? Certain parts of crypto industries pump. And so when NFTs rallied and back in 2021, anything that was tied to NFTs rallied. Same thing with metaverse, same thing with gaming. And so gaming's not going anywhere. It's, I think that it's just going to keep evolving. You can make an argument that NFTs, as far as a JPEG and 10,000 minted, it's kind of lost its luster. So I don't really know if that's going to come back. So I can't really say like, hey, it pumped before, it's going to pump again. Because I don't really believe in NFTs in the same way that I do financial services, right? Like DeFi and also gaming. And so I think gaming is gonna pop off. And so for me, I think that's gonna just come back. Now, with that said, big when you go down the list of gaming projects, I mean, there's Avalanche. That's a big standout for me. There's also, GALA is always a good one as well. So. I don't know. What's your kind of?
Well, I had the gaming. So this is the gaming category on CoinMarketCap. You know me. I'm big bull on RUNE.
Yeah.
IMX is interesting to me. Beam is interesting to me. Beam's taking a hit, and just Avalanche. I mean, just keep it simple, right? Like AVAX. Could some minute game like Alluvium, could it make a comeback? Maybe. That thing is taking an absolute pounding. I mean, from $1,800, where's Alluvium at?
It ain't doing good.
It's not. I mean, that is one of the ugliest charts, and I'll show you guys. Alluvium has got to be one of the ugliest charts that I think.
At the end of the day, you got to get people to buy in on the game. Like that's it. Like. If you ain't nobody playing the game, what the hell is a game token gonna do?
I mean,
right? That's like buying somebody a gift card to Blockbuster right now. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
This is
like honestly, like what is the point in holding a token for a game nobody's playing?
This is the Alluvium chart.
Now you believe the game's gonna catch on and people are gonna sign up and people are gonna play, then like, cool, yeah, you know what? Buy cheap. That's why for me, if people ain't playing it, then I don't want it. And the same thing for crypto, for chains, right? If ain't nobody using that layer 1, I ain't buying it.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Stop right now. Stop. Thank you. All right. So yeah, it's that is an ugly chart though.
It is. I'm happy you mentioned gaming. You know, there is one game. The company reached out to us. They asked us to look over their game.
It looks good.
It's so this is pretty cool.
And it is epic.
It is epic. It's on the XRPL blockchain. Okay. And so this is on the Epic Games, the Steam powered store. And they are ranked in the most, so the category here is trending upcoming. And they're ranked here among the top of trending on Steam. They're also going to be available on Epic. Their IDO is ongoing right now, and the game is actually 34 days. April 2nd will be the game release on Steam and on Epic Store. So there's going to be 2 ways.
Oh, did you say XRP? In gaming?
XRP, yeah.
I thought they do cross-border payments.
I know. That's pretty good. And so this game looks super dope. So this is a trailer I want to share. And you know, I play games with my kids. We play Fortnite. I love Grand Theft Auto.
Why do I feel like your kids beat you in all the games you play?
They definitely do.
Yeah.
I love Grand Theft Auto, and this thing gives me Grand Theft Auto vibes, man. This thing is pretty dope. I'm curious, Rob. You know, you're a bigger gamer than I am. But your kind of thoughts on graphics, gameplay, and kind of, you know, like, you know, launching on XRPL, you know, you would think AVAX, you would think, I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Well, last bull market, you had the rise of blockchain gaming, NFTs in games. They all look terrible.
Yeah.
There were so many. Decentraland looked awful.
This is a good looking game.
And, you know, you looked at also, yeah, Decentraland looked awful. Sandbox, was whatever. But, yeah, no, this looks great, man.
I think it gives you that GTA vibe, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Little map on the left. And what good timing, because GTA comes out in, what, a few months?
Yeah. And
This year, right?
And everyone always want to speculate, like, GTA is going to have crypto. GTA is
Here you go. A GTA that's actually with crypto.
I'm telling you, when Fortnite launched, it was the smallest team. It was like, I think 8 people launched the game.
And
it was supposed to be like, you know, just a small little budget, and then it ended up growing into something huge, and you know, caught people off guard. And so I know a lot of people don't have the buzz on this one. So
yeah, I'm super excited to play this game. Again, this thing comes out in 34 days. So April 2nd is when this game comes out. I'm excited to play it, man. I really am. This game looks pretty damn dope. And then the fact that it's on the XRP ledger, I think, is also pretty cool. And then some things I wanted to share.
Your shirt looks like you could just jump into the game and just start.
I'm ready,
around,
bro. So here are some of their key milestones. Okay, you know, I did my digging. Top 1 among free-to-play games on Steam. Top 75 on Epic Games. Top 100 on Steam. It's been added to 640,000 wish lists. It's been reviewed by some of the biggest gaming streamers. I think Lachlan was one of them that reviewed it. He's got millions of followers on YouTube. And this thing is picking up steam. And again, they do have a token tied in, but there's going to be, you can play the game without anything with crypto. You can also play the game that does have that crypto element to it. And so we're super excited to see this thing come out. So shout out to Paradise. And thank you for letting us kind of review this game for you. If you guys want more info, I do have the link to their Twitter handle in the description of the video. Go follow them so you can stay up to date on everything happening in the Paradise ecosystem. And again, if you do like IDOs, their IDO is currently live on the XRPL blockchain. So shout out to them. Yeah, so I like gaming now, bro. But yeah, you're right. My kids just destroy me in every game we play. Rob, look at this. The most active cryptos based on GitHub data for the last 3 months. Number 1, Internet Computer Protocol with 984 commits. Number 2, Chainlink. Number 3, MINA. Now, you are super bullish on MINA. I'm not saying you're not bullish on MINA, but that's not something we talk about every day on the show. Dubbed the lightest blockchain in the world, I think like at 22 KB, right? And so ZK is what they do. Very scalable, very fast. I don't know. What are your thoughts on MINA here at 31 cents? This thing was at, you know what? Let's pull up a MINA chart, Rob. And if you want to kind of share your thoughts on where you're at with MINA, is this something like
earlier in the
looking at that chart?
A little over a year ago, it was in the top 100. It's now at number 140 on the market cap list. And so it's definitely down on market cap.
Got up to $7.
Yeah, it's I mean, look where it was in March. It was at $1.60 March last year. So just about a year ago, $1.60 has not performed well in the last 12 months. Now, if you're holding it, that's not good. If you're looking to enter it, that's so good if it bounces back. So For me, I'm still bullish on MINA. I'm not at all going to put a giant position in on it. I think it is very risky. At the end of the day, you got to have the users, you got to onboard people, you got to have the transactions. But if you get a lot of GitHub commits, then, people are building, then, hey.
So does that mean
maybe when you see ICP Chainlink there at the top of the list, followed by MINA, is that going to translate to an ecosystem that people are using? You would assume so. You would say, hey, people are building, but you can build it, but will they come is the big question. And if that happens at its current price, 30 cents, it might be an absolute steal. I mean, it was a 5x just to get back to where it was back to where it was a year ago, and then at its all-time highs. I mean, you're talking
20x.
Yeah,
a 20x. So interesting. I looking at this now, I need to dig a little more into MINA, but it's a solid project. It's been around for multiple cycles, right? And this chart here, I mean, it's nothing to rave about, but I mean, you're talking about 4+ years of being in the market, enduring the bear market, and now just kind of, it's been trending down. It did kind of come into this head and shoulders pattern on the large time frame. Zoom out to the daily. There you go. So this thing might break to the downside again. But again, you look at under the hood, what's happening, big on the commits. So, and then you have Bitcoin, Cosmos, Track, RBC, Storage, Near. Near's an interesting one. Near's been kind of quiet. I know the
good thing about MINA, though, just one last thing, is that it does have the liquidity or the markets that you would look for something to rally. And so this is on Binance, Bybit, and Coinbase. So I think Coinbase is the big sleeper market provider here for that. So I don't know.
And then some news from the SEC. They are on a spree, but a good spree. SEC drops investigation into Gemini, no enforcement action. SEC drops his case against MetaMask. We know they dropped their case against Coinbase. They dropped their case against, who was the other one, Robinhood? And there was one more they dropped their case against, Uniswap. But guess who they have not dropped their case on, Rob, is XRP.
Well, the difference here is that those cases were in ongoing litigation.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
This one has already
been litigated.
It's already been finalized, and this is in appeals. And so will they drop the appeal? I'm assuming so. I think next week they drop the appeal. I think they just wipe their hands clean of it. But it's already been ruled on. And so, Judge Torres came out, said that XRP as a as a token or a coin is not a security on its own, only in the way that it's sold. And I also think that around the corner you're going to have the XRP ETF. That one makes the most sense. Even more sense than, say, Solana or Cardano, which I think all of these are going to get ETFs. But to exclude XRP is, I just don't see any way around that, honestly, because it's been ruled as non-security, and that's really the one thing that's held back the SEC from approving other cryptos. So. If you got ETH as an ETF, why don't you have XRP, right?
What's up with the shots at ETH, man? Let it go, bro. All right, we are done for the show today. And in honor of Jimmy, we're going to open up the club one more time. Rocco, reopen the club. crazy
That's
over here.
coordinated.
Where's Ashley's dance moves?
She got no dance moves, or she got basic white.
What you got? What you got over there?
Oat milk in her freaking coffee. Wow, you're so excited, Ashley. This is her dance move. Ready? This is all right, Jimmy. Thank you all, and thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. You know, we like to bring a fun element to crypto, and so that is what we do, baby. We're the entertainment capital of the world. With that being said, also big thank you to our friend Billy. I almost said Jimmy too. Damn it. See, Jimmy, we love you too, man. We're thinking about you. Big shout out to my boy Billy. We're gonna go grab some lunch together. Maybe we'll read the Epstein files. Recommend you guys do so as well. Figure out what's going on. Who was going to those parties? All jokes aside, guys, thank you so much. I'll be going live again tonight at 4:45 p.m. Pacific, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we only look at fundamental and technical analysis on some of your favorite projects. We had a lot of fun yesterday. We're going to have a lot of fun again today. And a new look from my home studio. I'm excited for you guys to check it out, so come join me. With that being said, Rocco, thank you all so much. We appreciate every single one of you for watching. Join our Discord to stay up to date on everything in the community, and join our Patreon as well. We've been giving crypto calls and trading advice. We love you guys. Until tomorrow. Peace.
Crypto, everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info, gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.